story of Peyton Place. Starring Dorothy Malone as Constance Mackenzie, Ed Nelson as Michael Rossi, Mia Farrow as Allison Mackenzie, Ryan O'Neill as Rodney Harrington, Barbara Parkins as Betty Anderson, Tim O'Connor as Elliot Carson, Christopher Connolly as Norman Harrington.
Leslie Harrington has left his attorney's office, determined to handle the problem of bail for his son in his own way. Despite his grief over his son's death, Gus Chernak has found the strength to begin to put his life together again. Gus has found this strength in the depths of his hate for Leslie Harrington.
Come on, I'll give you a ride. I'm going over to the hospital.
Oh, I'll walk. Got to keep moving.
Sure.
Oh, doctor, thank you for giving Stella a job at the hospital.
Well, she's a bright girl.
You bet she is. I still got Stella.
You still got a lot, Gus. You've got your wife and your daughter.
My girl on the hospital staff. I like that.
When you start talking like that, you sound like my father. Take care, Gus.
Gus. Hello, Doctor.
Well, hello, Les.
I've been meaning to come to see you. I wanted to tell you how sorry I am. Naturally, if there's anything I can do.
Get away. Get away before I kill you.
Rodney didn't kill your son. I think you know that.
Get away.
Gus, sorry you had to be subjected to this, Doctor.
Come on, I'll give you a ride. Huh?
You don't need to.
Are you going to the mill?
Yes. I'm going to the mill.
Leslie Harrington, would you have a cab waiting for me in about 10 minutes? I'll be checking out for tonight. Thank you. Oh, and if my son Norman should come by, would you tell him I'll be back sometime tomorrow? What do you want, Gus? I have a train to catch in a few minutes.
Sure.
So if you'll excuse me.
That's a nice suitcase.
Does the job?
Must have set you back 70, 80 bucks.
Something like that.
Where'd you get it? Rome?
I don't remember.
When I went to Chicago to see my cousin Eddie, I put all my things in a cardboard box and tied it up with a rope. By the time the bus pulled into the station, the box was in pieces. My shirts were all sticking out.
Gus, I know you've had a hard time.
You do.
I'm afraid I have a train to catch.
Mr. Harrington, we'll be very glad to hold the train for you. You couldn't resist, could you? You saw me on the square. You had to come up to me and twist the knife.
You're being very foolish, Gus. I tried to offer my sympathy. You found some way to misinterpret. We're two fathers on opposite ends of a tragedy. I thought for a moment we could forget the past.
Shut up with your words. You talk and lie and connive and then talk some more. I came up here to make you stop talking.
You want to go back to that night in Freddie's tavern? That's what you want to do again? That's what you wanted to do out there on the square?
You bet. One punch for everything. For making a skilled worker into a night watchman.
Eddie, you're other man would have fired you.
We're telling the whole world I was on the bottle. I couldn't get a job anywhere.
I tried to help you, Gus. I gave you the names of people to talk to.
We started out together. All I ever wanted from you was a break, just a chance.
Now, here's the truth. Listen closely. I kept you on the payroll. I put bread on the table for your wife, your daughter, your son. Do you understand? I filled your cupboard.
That boy of yours is going to get it.
Get out of here.
You don't know what the DA's got on him.
Of course I do.
Oh, no, not all of it. He's got enough on him to put him away for life.
I said get out.
And if they don't throw the book at him, I'll see to it that you get what's coming to you.
What was that all about?
The unfortunate outburst of a distressed father.
But he was threatening you.
Norman, I've known Gus Chernak for a long time. He's a blustering, pitiful drunk. It's all empty words.
You going somewhere?
Just overnight.
Where to?
I think it's best that I don't tell you, Norman. I haven't told anyone where I'm going. I'm going to try to get Rodney released on bail. I'm glad you dropped by, Norman. I'm sorry I have to rush off like this.
I guess I'm next in line to get the third degree, huh?
What was that, Norman? Look, when I get back, we'll have dinner together. You can ask your girlfriend, what's her name?
Rita.
Oh, yes, Ada Jack's daughter. You know, I should meet her. Ted Dahl and I are doing everything we possibly can, Norman. Try not to worry, son. Come on. Walk me downstairs and wait for the cab. What is it, Norman? Is there something you wanted to say? That's probably the desk. To tell me that my cab's waiting. Would you tell him I'm on my way down? What is it, Norman? Do you need some money? If I don't leave now, I'll miss my train. We'll have dinner together when I get back.
Didn't mean to startle you. Just brought you some supper.
I'm not hungry, Dad, thanks.
Oh, you'd better eat it.
Not now. Allison Mackenzie, 18, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Elliot Carson of 651 Seabury Lane, was struck by an automobile Monday night on Old Beach Road near Brighton Point. She was taken to Doctor's Hospital where her condition is listed as critical. Dr. Rossi on the hospital staff asserted that Miss Mackenzie suffered a severe subarachnoid hemorrhage and has not regained consciousness. You finish it.
And Sergeant Goddard still hasn't a lead on who drove the car?
No, and he's not wearing himself out looking either.
That doesn't sound very fair, Elliot.
Fair? Well, I'll tell you what's not fair, Dad. My daughter is lying half dead in a hospital, and whoever hit her is walking around in the fresh air.
Well, at least you had the sense not to put that in print.
Oh, yeah, that's the honorable traditional journalism, isn't it? Straight objective reporting, just the facts. Well, I may just write an editorial that'll rip our lethargic law enforcement officers up one side of City Hall and down the other.
Is that what you think Matt would have done?
No, I'm not Matt.
But you are Allison's father.
Yes, and believe me, that's the only reason that I don't break out the bull-faced type.
Get me one, too. One little nip.
All right.
You know, Elliot, that old beach road always has been a hazard. And another thing, at this time of day, out there on the point, the glare on the windshield of a car...
You think it was the glare on the windshield of the car that stopped him from picking her up or maybe taking her to the hospital?
Elliot, I don't want you to accuse
I know.
anyone.
You don't want me to lose my head. Well, how do you expect me to take it, Dad? The next time my phone rings, I may have to sit down to my typewriter and write an obituary.
Elliot, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I just thought you could use some company.
You shouldn't have to be apologizing, Dad. I guess I'm just feeling sorry for myself. You know, when I was away all those years, I knew I had a daughter, and I wondered what she would like. What it'd be like knowing her.
My granddaughter's a spunky girl. She loves life very much. She'll fight for it.
Indian summer filters in with promise of an endless song. But twilight comes with mute in hand. And now my soul, be strong.
Aye. That's one of her poems, isn't it?
Yeah. And Matt published it last summer, I think.
Elliot.
Oh, I'm all right, Dad.
I'll be at home if you need me. Good night, son.
Good night, Dad. Hello, Charlie. I've got that last story for you. It looks like about 3 column inches.